We're in Paul's second missionary journey in chapter 17 of the book of Acts, and we're going to have a chance to see how the gospel is received in various places, and it's not that much different today in the world and even in parts of the United States, and how the gospel is received. Chapter 17, verse 4, we're in Thessalonica, and so you can relate that we should also be reading the letter to the Thessalonians, but here he stops, and as was his custom, he would go to the synagogues and he would try to show them through the scriptures that Jesus was the prophetic fulfillment of the Christ, the Messiah. And there it says in verse 4, chapter 17, some of them were persuaded and joined Paul and Silas, along with a large number of God-fearing Greeks and a number of leading women. So here he had partial results. He had a few of the Jews and a large number of the Greeks and some influential people from the community. However, the established religion of the day, the Jews, began to become jealous of Paul's success and basically ran him out of town. And that takes us down to verse 6. When they did not find them, they began dragging Jason and some of the brethren before the city authorities, shouting, "These men have upset the entire world and come here also." Wouldn't it be a wonderful thing if today's churches were accused of upsetting the entire world because they proclaimed the gospel message? Most cases, the community's not even aware the church is there because they have so little influence on the things going around. Nevertheless, Paul has been driven basically out of Thessalonica, and he moves on, and it tells us that as he moves on, he goes to Berea, which is right on the coast, and it says, the brethren immediately sent Paul and Silas away by night to Berea, and when they arrived, they went into the synagogue of the Jews. Now there were many noble-minded there, and then in Thessalonica, for they received the word with great eagerness, exclaiming and examining the scriptures daily to see whether these things were so. So unlike Thessalonica, Berea had a number of Jews that were really keenly interested and noble-minded, and they received the gospel with an eagerness. They received the word in such a way that they were examining the scriptures daily to take a look and see the fulfillment of Christ as the Messiah. Now, that's exactly what we experience across cities in America. That's exactly what you'll find as you go across the world. Some don't want any part of Christianity and will literally run you off. Others will eagerly receive the gospel. I'm always interested to hear the missionaries' reports as they come back from various countries. When crusades are done by the Billy Graham organization and others, we find this tremendous difference in the reception of the gospel. In many places in Africa, the gospel is being received eagerly. In many other places, strong Muslim strongholds, not only is the gospel not received eagerly, but there's great persecution of Christians. In several cities in the United States, the gospel is received very eagerly. In other cities, it's not as eagerly received, and many times they want no part of it. We need to expect that as we share the gospel. I had a pastor when I was a young man who used to say, we need to spread the seed of the gospel, and there's no shortage of seed. When you go around with your seed basket, remember that there's a never-ending supply of seed of spreading the gospel, and you need to go around with a leaky seed basket everywhere you go. And I hope that more and more of our churches will be known as Thessalonica accused Paul of being a person that had upset the entire world and now have come here, that we would have that kind of an impact on our communities with people receiving the gospel. And I would pray that the people would be the ones like in Berea, where they received the word eagerly and continued to search the scriptures to see the fulfillment of Jesus as the Messiah. And that's my thought for the day. I hope you enjoy your day. God bless you and have a great day.